Hi guys, I'm going live here. One thing about hating to me it seems like there's always a hater and anyone's eligible. I even had some negative emails from Belinda Clark. I just want to explain some of the things she brought up. It's not to put her down or anything. It's just to bring up issues that she brought up and explain some of them at least. Some of them I just explained to her in my emails back to her. Um, First of all, she thought that I was drunk a lot because of when the moderator would comment for me, because I logged him in my Google account so he could not only load videos onto my channel, but so that he could take care of some of my haters. So she said, "You don't sound the same back then at times. Were you drinking? Were you drunk?" I had to explain to her, first of all, that why would you assume the worst of me? Second of all, no, that was the moderator commenting for me. And sorry if that's gullible of me to let him do that and whatever, but supposedly he was taking care of the haters for me. So, but another way of looking at that was the haters were giving my channel action, and that was exciting. And so moderator ruined the channel. I don't know which way to look at it, and I just know that I'm no Belinda Clark. I'm not a drink. I do not get drunk. So there's that right off the bat. Then there's that I callously referred to Al Bain as just using a security excuse not to have Motley Crue come over. Well, I'm not trying to be insensitive to Jakey Lee. I just don't know security protocol. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I thought that they might come. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. I didn't realize that when one person, I'm not in security, so I didn't know that when one person gets shot, the whole country just shuts down. I didn't know that. Secondly, she said that I haven't been holding up my channel very well since a date that basically coincides with when the moderator lost his job, which meant he couldn't hang out with me, which means we couldn't go live together and we couldn't record together. So of course that put a damper on my channel, but it wasn't my fault. And I've done a pretty good job, I think, of holding it together when the moderator was out to lunch or whatever you want to call that, as far as my channel goes. Man, I tell you, anybody can be a hater, and there's always a hater. How about that for the Murphy's Law of hate? Whatever. Then there's how come I don't go live? I don't comment. I'm so self-centered that I don't respond to the comments on my lives. Well, that was because that was a habit of mine, because there used to be a lot of hate on my comments when I would go live, so I wouldn't read them. It would put me in rabbit holes if I did. In fact, the moderator took care of a lot of that. Now he doesn't, but then again, I got in the habit of not reading them. So sorry, Belinda, I'm not trying, or anybody else that comment, I wasn't realizing that, oh my gosh, people aren't hating me. Maybe I should read them and interact. Okay, I'm sorry. Now I get that, and maybe I can do more of that. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be like an asshole. Next, she goes on about how I live in a trailer. But first of all, that's taking someone's assumption. And second of all, it's not true. So I laid it out to her. You want proof and details? I can do it. I own 1,440 square feet. That's 1,440 square foot manufactured home in a 55 plus community, and I own the land that it's on. The home and the land I have a loan out for, and I pay a monthly mortgage, and my home and land are worth about $500,000. Now I pay a mortgage, which means I don't own it all yet, but I'm under $150,000 in debt. In other words, if you give me $148,000 or so, I can pay off my home and the land on it and outright own the home and the land. So first of all, I don't live in a trailer park. First of all, who said I did? Why would you take someone's just word for it? And it's not true. And my home and land are worth $500,000, and I'm less than $150,000 away from owning that outright, and the land, and it's 1,440 square feet, 1,440. square feet. So please, Belinda or anyone else, please do your homework. If you're gonna hate me and do your thing like that, please do your homework. Don't just take the nearest hater's word for it and jump on that bandwagon and then make all this shit about me. Whatever. And if you're gonna go there, I also don't wear a wig. Okay. But having said all that, maybe I am narcissistic. I'm sorry if I am. I genuinely and maybe I'm not perfect, and maybe I'm even flawed. And if I'm narcissistic, I guess I can own that. I'm narcissistic. I'm sorry about that. Maybe I can work on it for Belinda or anyone else, or whatever I decide to work on. If I can work on that. But having said that, narcissism is part of confidence. So there's a movie I saw about God or something, and it was involving priests or something, and someone said, if you take away my demons, you might take away my angels too. Well, maybe that's the truth. Maybe if I took away all my demons, my angels would go too. So, but having said that, I'm narcissistic. I'm sorry. Not only that, maybe I can try to read the comments now and respond to them. I didn't mean to. I have Asperger's, so I don't see things that are common sense like a lot of people, but yet some things that are not common sense I see that other people don't see. So anyway, I'm sorry about our misunderstandings, Belinda. If you don't like me, you can call it. You can just say you don't like me. I'm sorry. I like you. In fact, I really like you, and I'm looking forward to working with you when the materials come. They haven't come yet, but I'm sure today's Sunday. They could be on their way at any time. I can only deal with what is, and if you don't like me, I'm sorry. But if you do, and if I explain myself, then I love you. I'd like to work with you, but it's your call too. And yes, that she said some things that she sounded like she really believed, and it hurt my feelings. So whatever. But I'm not just saying this just to air dirty laundry with her. I also am sharing this with my fans and viewers so that you guys understand what my process is, and so you guys can know that some of these issues I want you guys to know too. It's not just Belinda and I. If Belinda likes me, that's great. I hope she does. I hope she just shrugs this off and goes, "Wow, I didn't mean to do that to you, Jimmie." But if she doubles down and hates me, then I can't stop that. I seem to have proven myself unable to stop hate. So I'm beginning to stop trying and just be myself and hope for the best and do what I can. But having said that, I would love to work for Air Mays International. Oh, and then I got haters that are doubters. There's a doubting side of hate too. One of my haters just said, "Boy, Jimmie just trumps up all these things. He believes everything and nothing ever happens." Well, you know what, dude? Just don't watch my channel then. Just do whatever really does exist in your world. I don't know. Whatever. There's in other words, just put me down because it makes you feel better, and you are doubting Thomas and you want to believe the worst of me. Maybe you believe the worst about the whole world. Maybe the universe is negative in your view. I don't know. But whatever. It's okay. Think what you want. You don't have to believe in me. You don't even have to believe me. I'm okay if you don't. Anyway, I hate doing videos like this. I hate getting on the defensive and just explaining myself. I really don't like to do that. And then does anybody really win? But yet I needed to, because otherwise, if I just roll over and don't say anything, then I'm just allowing. I'm encouraging hate against myself. Why would I do that? Anyway, okay. Once again, the Raderator is getting produced. We sold 2. Please keep in touch with us about that. Please watch my videos on my channel. The 6 produced videos. The last one being Crash and Burn, which I hear is a little bit too produced for some people. I kind of agree, maybe. I like guitar myself. I am a guitarist. But anyway, maybe the next one's going to make up for that, which we're going to call Ode to Roy. And I'm amazed with Aramaiz International because Aramaiz International makes good sense. And I'm happy to work with Aramaiz International. I'm happy to work with Al Bain and meet Motley Crue. I'm happy. And thank you, Bill Clinton, for calling me today and for being a fan of 2 years. I appreciate that. I really do. You know, if it hadn't been for the fact that I've met a few people in my life already, it would have knocked me out of the water more. But it only took me like half an hour to get over Bill Clinton calling me, the shock. But thank you for calling, Bill, and Sebastian Bach. Thank you for calling as well. Someone mentioned that I should have mentioned that I need a singer for my band. I just wasn't. I'm just not presumptuous, Sebastian. I didn't just presume you would be knocking down my door to be my singer. It just wasn't the first knee-jerk reaction. But having said that, if you want to sing for us, holy, that would be really cool. Anyway, so thank you for calling, Sebastian. Thank you for calling, Bill Clinton. Love you guys. Peace and rock and roll. Oh, and I should be looking at these comments. I said I would. Can I start tomorrow? Okay. I really do want to interact with you more. I don't want to act like I don't really care about you guys when I say how you guys doing, and then I go on, like Belinda said, I literally think of nothing but myself all day long. Well, I'm not gonna fight that or deny that or whatever. Maybe that's true. But I don't mean it that way, and I don't think I'm a mean person or a hateful person or an evil person. I hope. And I don't mean to be that way. So if I can work on it and look at the comments once in a while and interact with you guys, I'll try. Just not do it right this second. I love you guys. Peace, rock and roll.